up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another exciting issue of Cowls. It's been a while, but we're back, and we will not have these big, long absences again. As always, I am Chris. I am joined by
August,
Cody,
Matthew,
Mike,
and on this issue, we're going to talk about March and how amazing it's going to be. It's almost maddening how great this March is going to be. See what I did there?
As we march to March.
So what you're saying is it's a madness of March.
It is a madness of March.
Or a cornucopia.
It has nothing to do with sports.
Nothing. If you're tuning into this to learn about sports, you're going to be sadly disappointed.
Or I could talk about sports. It would become something completely different from what it is.
It would be great.
Yeah.
But we're going to start with some current affairs news. Mostly, it is, what is today?
The 15th?
February 15th, 10:48 p.m. Because we don't 49 because we don't know how to record this when it's not super late at night because we all like to be super tired in the morning. Anyways, so it is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
This Sunday we all went and saw Lego Batman.
Woo!
Woo! So we're not gonna take a lot of time on it, but we wanted to kind of go around and just general consensus on the movie. I'm gonna start because it's my house and I can do whatever I want. One of the best Batman movies of all time. This movie was fantastic. Just the sheer number of cameos can make you go back and see it 3 or 4 times because it's just picking out little different things. The humor was great. The cameos, the story. That movie was freaking awesome. I loved it. And of course I'm a Batman fan, so even if it had been terrible, I still would have loved it. But good news is it was great, and it was Batman. So that's my thoughts on it.
All right, well, I guess we'll move to me. I can't agree more, man. Batman, it by far is the best Batman movie there is. I'm throwing shade.
Yeah,
that's a bold
I'm
statement.
throwing some shade. Yeah. No, I thought it looked great. All the jokes landed so well. It's so quick too. So I kind of want to go back through because I feel like I've missed things because they were just hitting you so quick and fast, and nothing ever felt like it overstayed its welcome. And there were a lot of surprises. Like there are a lot of cameos from different franchises. I don't really want to spoil, but there are just so many from just different franchises that if you're a nerd, you probably like something from there.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know. That's a weird. Somebody's honking at us. Anyways, no, I definitely think it's worth going to see. There's something here for, the most hardcore Batman fans to, a 5-year-old child and everybody in between.
Yeah. It has that classic adult humor where the kids are laughing, but they don't know what they're laughing at. But the adults are like, aha, I totally get that, because,
They're going to watch the remake that's been re-released like 30 years from now going like, oh my god. Like I was laughing that I had no idea that was a dick joke. Like,
Cody, what do you think?
Okay, so, it's just going to be praise all around the board, really. Because, every single comedy, they have to use reference to, like, real-life scenarios. They have to use something that's, like, current and use the kind of jokes of today. Otherwise, a lot of the jokes fall short. But, in which case you end up with stories that are like, kind of resemblant of, current affairs and stuff like that. This movie was so unique in the fact that it used none of that. It used nothing but Batman mythology and his whole universe and everything that's ever been in a Batman movie and some of what was used in the comic books. And still nailed it on the head and never really stepped out of bounds as a Batman movie, and it was really, like August said, it was a movie for everyone in a different sense than any other movie could be, because there's a lot of the jokes you can only pull off if you have 70 years behind you like Batman does. 70 plus years. And that's even referenced. Like, everything that is Batman is referenced in it that says, Joker makes a joke
Aha.
that at one point says that, after 70 years of doing this, he wants a little bit more respect from Batman. So basically they poke fun at the whole mythos and use the world that's already been, and you cannot do those jokes. You cannot, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and that uses the whole show as a reference guide. Well, this uses an entire universe, and again, never really steps out of the borders of that. And it's, there's something to be enjoyed for everyone of all ages, because, when I first saw Batman, it was the 1960s Adam West Batman. That's, showing my age a little bit, but that's what was going on when I was a kid, and it was really prominent in the animated series. Both are referenced, and there's even a scene very early on, it's in some of the trailers, where, it shows them do a Lego version of a scene from, every single Batman movie, and then just show Adam West just kicking it as Batman, and, so there's a lot of really good jokes. Batman is a big parody of himself, but not in, an annoying way. It's just everyone's everyone's personality is right on. Some characters are just they have fun with, like Dick Grayson and stuff like that. But man, does it work as a movie, and it's hysterical. And I can take my 9-year-old nephew to see this, and we were cracking up. That's who we went. Him and I went and saw it, and he was cracking up. I feel like I could take my mom to go see this movie, just me and her, and she would be cracking up, because she would get a lot of the jokes in there. It was just a well-rounded movie, just, two bat thumbs way, way up. I just loved it. And I plan on seeing it again and again and again. And as a guy that admittedly builds more Gundams than he does Legos, I'm kind of thinking about getting me some Legos, because that...
True story.
That Batwing that turned into an actual bat and was the Scuttler, it was actually crawling around. That thing was way too cool to me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, as somebody that is obsessed with Legos, he gestures to his shelf of Legos. It was just like, oh my gosh, they need to make that in Lego form. Oh, they need to make that. They need to make that. Oh my gosh, they made that. I totally buy it. That was pretty much the entire movie. Me being like, I wish I had that. I totally build that.
Yeah, and seeing it with Chris in mind really, with all of you guys in mind, really meant a lot to me. But none was more prominent than there's a specific scene where Batman's catering to his fans and pulls out what he calls a merch gun, which is like a play on the shirt gun, and starts shooting people, and they just get covered in Batman memorabilia. And I could not stop thinking about Chris when I saw that, because that gun would have no ammo, because Chris would demand to be shot with that.
Keep shooting me. Keep shooting me.
Shoot me. I deserve it.
It is so awesome. I wish that was a real thing.
Yeah. But yeah, there's so much about that movie that is just incredible, and it makes you forget that it's an actual Lego movie.
Yep.
Matthew?
We'll do me last, because mine is going to be the best.
It's not the review that we need, but the
one
review
we deserve.
Yeah.
It was 2 bat thumbs up. It from the very beginning, black screen. They're making jokes and everything about that. They crack jokes about the logos and everything about that. And one of the greatest openings was we've got Will Arnett doing the Batman voiceover for it and everything like that. And then DC's logo pops up, and he's yeah. DC, the house Batman built. Suck it, Superman.
Yeah.
And
come at me, bro.
And the whole computer, what's the password, sir? Iron Man sucks.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So it was surprising, because I thought we were getting the Lego Batman movie, which was amazing by itself, but it had just all this other fandom stuff in it as well. So it took a surprising turn, but it was still very, very awesome. And I'm counting down the days till we get it on Blu-ray and everything.
Well, before Matt blows our mind with his take on it, I just want to add, this movie had a tremendous amount of heart to it. It was super funny, but the plot was actually really good. And yeah. Something you see in it kind of early on and kind of throughout it is surprisingly very Batman accurate. And it's something that is kind of at the center of Batman. And this was, you're right. This is almost a caricature of Batman, but it was done in such a way that like it was fantastic. Like it's not the Batman I would want to read in the comics, but it's Batman I love to see.
Yeah.
You know, portrayed this way. And Will Arnett's voice is perfect.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's just this naturally like deep voice. There's no Kevin Conroy, but
yeah,
like for this, it is perfect. But
and
it just
there are some things that make Batman funny just as a personality.
Yeah.
Like I would never read a pretty much all-star Batman to me.
Yeah.
But a Batman that is completely drunk and addicted to his own vanity.
Yeah.
Does not work for me as like a plot point, but in the movie it makes for a hilarious character.
Yeah. It was really, really well done.
You know, and going back to the story wise, here's what I like about even the Lego movie, right? These kids movies that I say in air quotes, they've got such a mature like storytelling element where, you know, the message in it is just so mature, you know, it's not treating kids like they're stupid, and
Yeah.
you know, there's more to the story and more to the messaging, which I think is
It doesn't really
great.
pander.
Yeah. It's not just fart jokes and burp jokes. Like
Yeah.
there was some depth to it, and there was a scene with Batman and Alfred that was Batman says something, and I mean it just like you knew it was supposed to be funny, but you're like that was
Knife in the
really
heart.
deep and like
It's so
oh
yeah,
my
it's
gosh.
so rapid fire, and then it plays it again, like, you know, when it's basically like there's a point where it's judging Batman's character, like the person he is. Is he good or is he bad? And it replays some of the earlier lines that you laughed at, but you're just like, oh crap, that was really messed up. When did he say that? You know.
Matt, blow our minds,
All right.
sir.
So,
I thought it was good.
yeah, I mean, from what I saw of it, it was good.
He got mostly the Daredevil version of it, but it was all black.
Yes, basically. I have this really weird disease where every time I'm in a comfortable chair watching a movie, I fall asleep.
Unless it's
Yeah,
Resident
Matt-
Evil, apparently.
And so,
Matt has this
so-
weird chemical imbalance where all
doesn't
movies
have comfy
are.
seats.
Don't throw shade at AMC. AMC, we love you. Please come be one of our sponsors.
Matt has this weird disorder, a chemical imbalance, if you will, that movies are the same as being roofied. So he
He
just
is-
kind of instantly falls asleep.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, like, Suicide Squad was the only movie that I think I've seen with you that you didn't
Resident
fall
Evil?
asleep on. And Resident Evil, what? God, I wish I could sleep.
I just assumed it was a nightmare.
From what I saw, it was good. I saw about 20 minutes of the movie, and it was hilarious. But I literally didn't even know I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I just woke up like at the end.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like a
$8.
timing. It's like it's like a timing thing, or I don't know.
$8 nap.
That's exactly what it was. And I bought like the popcorn and like the icy and stuff to like help me stay awake, to like keep me busy, like chewing popcorn and stuff. But no, didn't
He
work.
just woke up, like popcorn all in his beard.
Yeah.
What?
It was seriously like I only remember like the first about 20 minutes of the movie, and then I remember the end. And I fell asleep.
Oh, that's
I
unfortunate.
I woke up and I saw a part that I'm not going to mention, and then I fell back asleep and then woke up right before the credits ran. So I don't know.
I think I know where it was because at one point, like down below, I heard a So I'm assuming that was the part that you thought was cool.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, from what I saw of it, it was really good. But I don't really have any recollection. I don't have like a real opinion, I guess you could say, because I wasn't there the whole time.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Well, how was your nap?
it was amazing.
So
It was
you're
really good.
the reviewer.
It was one of those ones.
Yeah, I guess we got to review his naps when it comes
It
to
was-
movies.
It was one of those.
Like how well
it was
he
one of those ones where it's a really comfortable chair where you don't wake up in like a pile of sweat.
That's always
You
the
know,
best.
or like
They're just not doing you any favors by like making the seats reclinable.
no.
It's
I need to be
nice.
like as uncomfortable as possible.
You just pull up a folding chair and like set it down in the
Yeah.
aisle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just
Like
sit
with
in
one
the
wobbly
floor.
leg, so you gotta like balance the
Yeah.
whole time.
yeah.
just to keep me awake.
Well,
So, jurors, if you ever happen to see Matt in a movie theater, please bring your cattle prod so he can enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
it's all right. We're just gonna start like poking you, be like, wake up.
You're sitting there, like, hey, Matt, did you like that part?
Hey Matt, how great was
Whack.
that? Yeah, because you slept through like 90% of Sausage Party.
Yeah.
I wish I had slept through 90% of Sausage Party because that movie was awful.
Really?
I remember seeing on Sausage Party. I remember seeing like the first like intro song, and then I don't remember anything after that.
Well, I would tell you that you missed something, but you really didn't. I bet you had a better dream than that movie was.
Oh,
So
probably. But that night I woke up sweating like crazy.
Yeah.
Because that theater's garbage, and so.
yep. True story. Well, hey, that was the past. How about we look towards the future? The future being March. Nailed it. So, big stuff coming in March.
Chris is really good at walking, but he's better on a Segway.
Hey, thanks for that, pal.
You're welcome, buddy.
So, Mike, is there anything big happening at the beginning of March?
I mean, we have.
I heard that
Logan.
Zelda guy might have a sword.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Nintendo's coming out with a new system,
No,
but
it's
I
gonna be
think
terrible.
that's coming out like the very end of March. Mario's not coming out till holiday, so really, I mean, aside from Logan and Beauty and the Beast and something else,
all the other stuff on our list.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just a couple of things that just slightly brightens up our March.
Yep.
I mean, for the love of God, Switch comes out in 15 days, 2
Yeah.
weeks from tomorrow, since it's technically getting out Thursday now.
It's almost
I
Thursday.
would say it's almost Thursday, and if this were any other normal podcast, it would already be Thursday at like 1 o'clock. So, but yeah, we're getting the Switch now.
Yeah.
We should do a episode of unboxing of the Switch.
We could do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
People will probably see what happened to Chris's
Chris's
little table.
Mike is a proud papa of a weird human coffee
Yeah.
table hybrid. As you remember from last issue, I know it's been a month since we did this, we did our little Switch reaction video podcast, whatever you want to call it. Podcast. Talking about the Switch because they had just announced everything on it. We are now a month out past that, 2 weeks and 1 day from the actual launch of the system, and excitement is at a fever pitch. I mean, the system's pre-orders have come, they've gone. We're just waiting. We're just waiting with bated
Now it's
breath
just the waiting game.
for this thing to get here. And Mike, it's like every once in a while he just like took a hit of speed because he just like jitters like crazy because he's like 17 days.
And you'll be sad to know that the little meat table that was created crawled around for a little bit and then just asked us to kill it. So
Yeah, it just went legs up and just died. But Nintendo's new system, the Switch, is coming out. Launching with it is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which looks beyond amazing. There were some other games launching with it as well. ARMS, 1-2 Switch, Super Mario or Bomberman, Just Dance,
Skylanders.
some other stuff.
A few games that have already been out on other systems
Right,
and everything
yeah.
like that, but that's Ubisoft testing out the water. They're like, we fully support this. Like, this is us working with them to make this game possible on the Switch. And then next thing we know, Activision's on board, and hopefully we get like Destiny 2 or something like that. Like to see
Lose my mind.
some of the big publishers out there start cranking out the AAA titles for their multiplayer and everything like
Our
that.
employer is going to have to up their Wi-Fi game if I'm going to be playing Destiny 2 on my breaks. Right? Can't have any of this terrible Wi-Fi. Can't be dropping in the middle of a match or something. But
I
yeah.
mean, if we're on break, I would just do dailies or something. Just do some solo stuff,
Sure.
and then, but
I wonder, not just for companies that you guys work for, but I wonder how many businesses are going to have a sign with like a switch on it with an arrow going through it, like next to the wash your hands before you leave the bathroom sign.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
no
I mean,
switches at work.
remember when Pokemon Go first came out and it was all, don't play Pokemon Go at work.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're getting the Gen 2 sometime this week. So, yeah.
We already
This segue's
kind of started.
comfortable.
Yeah. We already started. Man, that SNL skit where she. Oh my God! When she's like on the
little podium, she's like driving
and just drives into people. Yeah. That had me in stitches.
Yeah.
Like I did not expect that. Anyways,
back to Switch.
Yeah. I don't remember where I was going with that.
But. Switch looks great. You should definitely check it out if you have seen nothing on it. If you don't get Wi-Fi and the rock you live under, but you get us somehow, which is kind of cool. Definitely go to your local video game retailer or your local internet retailer and just look it up because it looks pretty fantastic. And, still a lot of questions, still a lot of things we don't have answers to, like what's the online look like, what's going to be available for the virtual console.
What's the dashboard look like?
Yeah,
the dashboard is pretty plain from what it looks like. It looks kind of like the Wii U setup of it, just like here's your game. This is going to be like the eShop, and then this, and then it'll probably have a slew of like other tiles that you can put for virtual titles and stuff. So.
Yeah, but will it be customizable, kind of like the 3DS? They start doing themes on it later on. So why wouldn't they carry that over to the Switch?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, they just recently released a Breath of the Wild theme for 3DS in Japan, so hopefully we'll be getting that here too.
Yeah. That would be pretty fantastic. So
because I have every other Zelda title on like cycle whenever I open and close it. It's like, and here's Majora's Mask, here's Ocarina of Time, here's the 30th anniversary, here's Skyward Sword. I'm just like, yes.
And the commercials have started cycling regularly too. So like I'll be chilling at home. And then that'll come on, and I'll pause it for a second just in respect. Almost like the scenes from 1984, just stop and just throw the fists up.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, Switch had a Super Bowl ad and everything. Like, this is... I can't remember the last time they've pushed this much marketing for a system.
I mean, I've been following Nintendo for as long as I can remember. Not as closely as I have since really the Wii came out. But Nintendo's never been one for, like...
marketing?
Yeah. Like, they've never really, like...
Even when Sega was, like, bashing them in their commercials in the 90s.
Does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah. Like, they're old school.
Where are they at now?
Yeah, they're old school.
Owned by Nintendo.
But their marketing was genius, though. For Sega.
Oh, yeah.
Blast processing.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah.
And Sega tried to take down Nintendo, but Nintendo proved that it can heal from any wound.
Yeah, it's Nintendo.
Like it's made out of adamantium or something.
Ooh, adamantium. You know who else is made out of adamantium?
The Power Rangers?
A little girl.
Laura
Kinney. Still right in segue.
Good lord, yeah.
So also coming out March 3rd is the last hurrah for Mr. Hugh Jackman as...
Yes, sir.
As the Canuck.
Yep.
Unless we hopefully get a Deadpool versus Wolverine movie that's...
let's just worry about what's great.
Yeah, but here's the thing, is there's this picture, this is, going back into a little bit of a news segment, that, God, what's his name? Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds.
He posted a picture with him.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan and
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, and said Logan, Bond and Deadpool all hanging out.
Yeah.
And the consensus view that they've announced was that, they're in talks with Pierce Brosnan about being Cable. Not that he's going to be Cable, but they're in talks with him.
Yeah.
But they're also, I don't know if you guys know this, but they were also talking to Ryan Reynolds about, returning as Green Lantern at some point.
Yep. They did talk about him coming back. I don't even want to...
I would only want him a cameo to show up and be like, the fuck am I doing in this suit? Go get my red and black suit, and then just fly off.
Yeah, just something like cutesy.
Like they did in Deadpool.
Yeah.
With the Green Lantern picture.
Yeah.
Or do like they do in Seth MacFarlane movies where he doesn't even have a speaking line. Like they're just at a bar and he just shows up and he's like, hey, and asks for a beer and walks off,
Yeah, something like that would be great. But Logan.
Yeah.
He's old. Mutants are dead. The world's in a bad place. It's R-rated. It looks amazing.
If they do anything, because he they make that pretty prominent, where Logan's like, yeah, all the X-Men are dead. If it dives into that and we go full old man Logan, it's going to get rated R very quick.
It is. Unfortunately, as most of the listeners, I assume, know, if not, here's a quick little history lesson. Fox does not own the rights to any Marvel character except for the X-Men, and Disney does not own the X-Men rights. Therefore, Old Man Logan as a adaptation would be virtually impossible because that story is so based with Marvel characters. You've got Hawkeye, you've got Spider-Man's daughter, you've got Red Skull, you've got...
Hawkeye's kid, don't you?
No, you got Spider-Man's daughter.
Yeah.
And you've got a T-Rex covered in Venom symbiote. You've got Emma Frost. You've got Black Bolt. You've got Hulk, obviously, being the main antagonist, so to speak. You've got Iron Man's suit. You've got Captain America's shield. You have this whole trophy case of dead superheroes. So there's obviously no way for them to do that. You've got Giant Man's skeleton is a bridge, and you've got Thor's hammer just stuck in the ground because nobody can lift it. So I think just calling it Logan and letting him be old is totally acceptable. Just don't call Old Man Logan because there's no way to do it. It would just be terrible. Because the Old Man Logan story, if you've not read it, I highly recommend picking it up. It is, I think, the
As
best.
we've discussed before.
Yeah, I think it's the best Wolverine story of all time. It is good from start to finish. But Logan looks absolutely amazing. I have not made my opinion, or I've made my opinion known about the X-Men movies for a long time. Most of them are absolute garbage.
Well, there's talks that they're supposed to, like the new movie that's, I guess, the name is Supernova and everything like that, so we may be looking at like a full hard reboot of everything?
I know Sophia Turner, Sansa, has confirmed that she's coming back as Jean Grey. So, unless she's going to be part of the reboot, then it's just going to be a continuation.
I mean, with the current, it seems like they are like retconning this history. They've done soft reboots.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like these newer movies haven't been great, but they're better than what they were.
Yeah, just based on how the Wolverine franchise itself has kind of gone, I've liked the movies, but I haven't really gotten like hardcore into it. Like the Wolverine, I remember liking it, but not really. I don't really remember. Yeah, I didn't take a lot away from it.
Yeah.
So Logan, hearing that it has a lot to do with Old Man Logan, but then the more it gets closer and closer, the more I find out the less it has to do with it. So I want to see it, but I'm not like super duper excited for it. I'm just I just hope it's good.
I'm insanely excited.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I haven't been actually excited about an X-Men movie since, what was it?
X-Men.
2?
Honestly,
one,
that's
second one. Yeah.
Days of Future Past I loved.
I was pretty excited about the First Class.
First Class was really good.
Right,
Yeah, it was alright.
I really like Days of Future Past, and I really, really liked the first movie.
Yeah.
I hated Days of Future Past.
Really?
I absolutely hated it. I thought it was terrible. It made no sense. It completely...
It was very rushed.
And all it did at the end was just undo all the good stuff that happened in 3, killing off all the really awful characters. It just brought them all back.
Yeah.
For no reason, because now it's not even using that timeline anymore, so... That Days of Future Past never happened.
It kind of said that I thought it kind of christened it and said like, okay, we can finally let all that go now, But then I thought, once Age of Apocalypse came out and they again did Jean Grey and Phoenix, and I kind of rolled my eyes at that and was just like, dude, I thought the whole point of the retcon was to undo the stuff we already did. It took you one movie to put it all back.
Unfortunately.
They just need to give the rights back to Marvel, back to Disney, and let Disney reboot it, rebrand it, and do it all right. So, that's my opinion.
Or give it to Netflix.
Well, that would be a good place if like Disney
Good
could ever get
segue.
it back.
Speaking of Netflix,
Yeah.
coming out...
We're almost there. We're not there. We're not there yet. We're not there, dude. Trust me.
Trust me, I can get us there, okay? 6 degrees, I'm going to get us there from here, okay? So,
Well, hey, so real quick, now you two are the only ones that you guys got to make a segue now. At some point. Just throwing that out there.
As we can see, I don't ride segways. Apparently, I can't.
Apparently.
He just walks and runs everywhere.
So March 25th, Iron Fist is coming to Netflix.
Yeah. The Last Defender.
Yeah. Good old Danny Rand.
I'm pretty excited about this one.
Yeah.
Because to be completely honest with you, I don't know very much about the character. Yeah. I know how in the comics he gets his powers, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see
bing, bang, boom.
How they give him the power in the show. So it's going to be interesting to see it, but I'm actually really excited about Iron Fist. I think it's going to be, with the reputation that Netflix has so far, I think this is going to be really, really good.
Fun fact, did you know Sabretooth's first appearance was in an Iron Fist comic? Was not in a Wolverine comic.
Nice.
That's sweet.
There you go.
Dude, the guy, I cannot sing his praises enough. And I thought I couldn't say enough about Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my god, this guy, what I absolutely adore so far is this guy looks, the actor and the way he looks with the curly hair and just look at him. He looks absolutely nothing like your, garden variety stereotypical superhero character.
Yeah.
He's not big, he's not bulky, he doesn't have like an iron chin. He doesn't look like, a good heartthrob that could be on the cover of, teen magazine or on the cover of like some romance novel. Like he doesn't even look like he would be a superhero.
It's very kick-assy.
Yeah.
He's Dolores Tyrell from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
In case you guys are wondering, the Knight of Flowers.
Who?
Well, I'm just saying
who the
fact
character
that
actually is. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that plays
I'm just
him
saying.
is
Yeah, I'm
Dolores
just
Tyrell,
saying like that he's a superhero.
Yeah. No, and he's. I mean, his story. Lord knows I don't just know every little piece of it, but
it's been up and down. But...
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see if they eventually kind of get into the relationship with him and Luke Cage, because they are such...
I would love a spin-off Netflix series of just him and Luke just going down the street. Like, I
mean, that's what it was for so long. I mean, the irony being that Danny Rand is like a multi-millionaire, so they don't really need the money, but I want to see when they all come together, when the Defenders come together and all that. So I'm very excited to see somebody in March with great martial arts powers. Kind of watch this transformation from
Beauty and the Beast. Gotcha. All right. Great segue.
All right.
Nailed it.
Cody has been rocking half chub over here.
Yeah.
So
so there is one problem that I had with the Lego Batman movie. And it's a problem that is all my own, because I don't think... I talked into some customers I had come into the place I work today, and they didn't have the same issue. But my number one problem with the Lego movie is I, at my theater, did not get a Power Rangers trailer, which I have seen 87 million times, and I can quote it front to back.
That or a Lego character.
Yeah.
Because they were giving away Lego characters.
That was the AMC, though.
Yeah. So, I know.
Or if you went and saw it in 3D at Cinemark, you got an exclusive keychain Batman character where he's wearing the Valentine's Day suit with all the kisses on it.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, don't worry. I'll go get one.
Yeah.
I just have to buy a ticket, take it, and go home. Whatever. So.
But no, I was chomping at the bit, like, and you would have known if that trailer started, because I would have screamed like a little girl. Like, I would have turned in, like, that table child would have a best friend, and it would be a chair child. Because I would have humped the back of some guy's head and in his chair.
Weren't you sitting behind me?
Yep. Get ready, buddy.
Bullet dodged.
Coming in hot.
One.
Coming in hot and putting it away wet.
Riding hard, putting away wet.
Oh my God, we are getting a Power Rangers movie. Like, it is the #1 trailer in the world right now.
You're welcome. Or you should be saying you're welcome, because I assume you account for 85% of that.
Oh my God. I cannot get over how excited I am about this, and everything keeps proving me wrong. Like, I have told each one of you that, like, the Megazord early on scenes, I was like, that looks stupid. It looks really, really dumb, and I don't see how it gets put together. You know, because every kid that was a Power Rangers fan knows that how the toys get put together is the exact same way they do in the show, just like Transformers. So, like, by the time you get the toys, you've seen the show so many times, you don't need the... Chuffa is the instructions, because you already know how it goes put together. Right. But this thing is, like, solid black with, like, outline of different Power Rangers. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like a red trim, a yellow trim, so it's just like, okay, I hope this doesn't just, you know...
Pink trim?
Yeah. I hope this doesn't just, like, T-1000 and it just, like, melds together. And I was like, this is gonna look stupid. And then it shows the Megazord getting up and fighting freaking Goldar. And, oh, man. And it's got the open face, so, like, you can see all the Rangers, so it's all about it's their time.
Yeah.
And, you know... God, Breaking Bad up on the screen, like, you know, I was thinking, okay, so we got Breaking Bad up in like a globe. How's that gonna look? And he's not. He's on the screen.
And like moves and like comes out and stuff. Yeah, dude, super cool.
I said it about Harley Quinn saying puddin', you know, and I got 87 million puddins. And I really think it's because I said if she didn't say puddin' one time. If Alpha 5 does not say I at least once...
Oh, he has to.
Oh, yeah.
He has to. Yeah. Like, that's...
At one point, he has to be like, I don't know what to do.
That doesn't happen, then I know that their studio will probably burn down.
Yes. And at one point, he needs to show the Megazord, punch Goldar, like, wane a little bit, and then cut back to the Megazord, and a gigantic Chinese child needs to be standing behind it.
If only that happened, that would be the greatest thing ever.
Oh, good Lord.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Were you there that night when we were watching?
No, but I've seen what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike pointed it out to us, and I had no idea it was a thing.
Everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's the greatest thing ever.
I cannot get over how excited I am about this movie. And I thought, Nickelodeon movie, it's going to be, you know, a kid's flick. I mean, in the trailer, there's a lot of cussing, you know.
Ninja Turtles.
What is that supposed to mean?
You said it with a question mark on it.
Nickelodeon movie.
Oh, yeah? Did he cuss?
No.
I'm just out of the shadows or whatever.
But the whole movie just said shit the entire time. Because it was.
No.
I haven't seen the second one, but...
No.
Another
movie that I didn't fall asleep in.
So he stays awake for bad movies, but he can't stay awake for good movies.
Well, see, what just proves that you fell asleep during Sausage Party, and that wasn't a good movie.
Yeah.
But that kind of feeds into what you said earlier, is you can only stay awake if you're very uncomfortable during the movie. So you must have been, those movies must have been
it was in the terrible theater. So.
Terrible movie, terrible theater. There you go. Okay, so I have a question for you, Mr. Power Ranger Man.
Yes, sir.
There have been some rumors rolling around, and I don't know the validity of them, but the rumors are that Rita is the Green Ranger and that Zordon was the Red Ranger. How do you feel about those rumors?
Something that was always talked about was that Zordon was at one point a Power Ranger. That he wasn't always in a tube. And they, after the first movie, which, blew up the world, when Power Rangers were at its height, it kind of suggested that Zordon was kept alive by the tube. And then after that, they kind of hinted at that like the only thing really keeping Zordon alive was the tube, and his point was his legacy. And then later on...
So yeah, that tube was like a space-time, thing or whatever, that he was it kept him frozen in time or whatever, so he could stay alive and protect.
Yeah, it was basically he was communicating through the Phantom Zone. So
well, until Ivan Ooze broke it, and then it was old Anakin Skywalker
in
his weird
crippled in his
ruffled onesie
until they went to another planet and learned how to do the Care Bear stare.
Well, of course,
so
the Care Bear stare.
Because that's what they did.
That tickles me. Maybe you're right.
Rita, it's never really... I don't think it's ever been really suggested more that she was a Ranger. Just kind of suggested that, she was just the mortal enemy of the Power Rangers. Rita was the devil to the Power Rangers. Jesus patriarch, basically. You know, it was the good and evil. If you were good, you were with Zordon. If you were bad, you were with Rita. There's also talks that Jason David Frank is going to be in it at some point.
Better be in it. I mean, he's cameoed in almost every Power Ranger thing.
Oh, he'll be in it.
Like,
even if he just like snuck onto set.
I don't care if it's just like him walking across, like he's like, oh shit, like I'm on the wrong. Let me just walk off of here.
I'm gonna get serious on this for a sec because that dude deserves it. Like it is. If you dig a little into it, you will find out that Saban during the early during the Mighty Morphin days, treated, you know, all the original Rangers got treated like they're in a detention camp.
Yeah.
Like they got treated horrible. David Yost wasn't allowed to fight for the longest time in the show, and he was always like the nerdy guy, scared of everything, because he was gay.
Yeah.
And they didn't think he'd be able to
pull
hold
off
up
a masculine
because he was gay. And so Aisha, the girl who played Aisha, walked up at the premiere of the Power Rangers movie, the big one.
Yeah.
And it was the premiere, so they all had to be there. She walked up to Saban and shook his hand. Saban thought it was some girl wanting an autograph. Okay.
Wow.
So that's around the time she quit the show itself.
Yeah.
Like she was in it for a little while longer, but that's where she, like, her character was less prominent, didn't have as many roles, and because no one knew who she was, and she was just kind of there to like do flips and stuff. They all got treated so horrible, and they got so underpaid. So there was absolutely no reason for any of them to consider any kind of legacy coming out of that show, even though Power Rangers in that time had control over the freaking world, except for Jason David Frank. He's always, for 30 years, he's been the only one that has talked about what a great time it was. And basically, he was just it was like hearing, never mind. That's a bad thing to say. I was going to say something else, but never mind. But it was basically, it's like someone talking about how prison was just the greatest time of their life.
Yeah.
And the one person that thought it was worth having a legacy over and made a complete legacy for 30 years when everyone else hated their time, that dude deserves to be a walk-on or something. That dude needs to be royalties because that dude kept the faith.
Well, yeah.
So...
you have all these other shows.
Did he really keep the faith, or is he trying to ride the fame?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely could. I mean, dyeing his hair green, that having a portion of his hair green. He had his own dojo where he helped tons of kids, learn martial arts and all that stuff. And, they'd all, talk about being the Green Ranger and stuff. And, like, he's had pictures way over his time in the sun, where he's like holding up the Green Morpher and all that stuff. Like, that dude is all about, like, that became his, his personality.
That's just
persona.
him.
Yeah,
I mean, you have a lot of stars of shows that after so long they get tired of it and they want to distance themselves from it. They want a different. They want an identity outside of this character. He's the exact opposite. I mean,
well, that's my point. Is what has he done outside of it to create?
Nothing.
That's what I'm asking. That's why I was asking. Is he just riding the fame because he's the only one doing it?
I mean, kind of that way. I mean,
kind of, yeah.
The super happy.
Or is it like a legitimate, like, care for the franchise?
I think it may be a little bit of care of the franchise because we've seen him like open that dojo and everything like that and try and help kids like hey, like, help each other, defend each other, like, don't pick a fight but defend yourself and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's some of it may have been like, I can like get some fame out of this, but I think ultimately it was like I'm gonna help some kids out and stuff like that. Like,
and a lot of it has to be a little. I think it's a little bit of both because there has to be a little bit of ego stroking going on.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look at those all those videos that are like Green Ranger versus Scorpion and Green Ranger versus
White
this guy
Ranger versus
whoever.
And he always plays him.
He always wins.
And it's not. When it's Batman versus somebody, it's not Michael Keaton playing Batman. It's just whoever they can get.
Yeah.
But he's like so ingrained with his character that I want to do it.
And when Megaforce came out, they they sent, they wanted to do the big episode where like all the Rangers were back, and they, wrote this letter to him, and again, just in tradition of Saban being a dick, wrote him a letter saying, hey, do you guys want to come out and be the show? We are not paying for your stay at the hotel. We are giving you $200, per diem, and, we're not paying for your ticket out here. But, you can come be on the show. All of them turned it down except for Jason David Frank. He was like, I'd love to. Because I have a lot of fans that would love to see me do that character.
Well, I mean, he will forever be Tommy.
Yeah.
I mean, that he'll remember that forever. Nothing else he can do. Because he's starring in that new Bat in the Sun, the people that do the superhero beatdowns or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing that Valiant thing. It's Ninjak versus Valiant Universe or something. Anyways, he's playing a character in that. And even though it looks good and he may be amazing, he'll still be the Green and White Ranger.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter what he does.
But yeah, I mean, like I think we've spent enough time on this. I cannot get over how excited I am about this.
Yeah.
So just to like whenever you asked him about the question for Rita before we went down the rabbit hole, if we look at Goldar looks a lot like the Megazord and everything. So I feel like there might be some validity to Rita possibly being previously, because I feel like if she was, then she went Rita, then she would have taken the Megazord at the time and like corrupted it and made it into Goldar.
And she did use her power to create the Green Ranger, so it could be like her passing on her power to another. So
did they ever explain why she was in the capsule?
Zordon.
Zordon. That's in their last fight. He couldn't kill her, so he sealed her away.
Okay.
Apparently he just
remember that. So.
Yeah, he did that all throughout the universe. Zordon wasn't really a good guy.
Yeah.
He just kind of like, oh, by the way, I just kind of like threw this guy in a dumpster bin. He on the moon, which is going to get found eventually, but I'm just going to chill here until it gets found. I'm not going to do anything about it past that, but...
Yeah. But if it's found, I might go grab some underage kids to do my bidding.
Yeah,
and I'll give teenagers with attitude.
Yeah, I'll give you these Zords, even though I know of another planet I could easily send you guys to that is like leaps and bounds better than the Zord we have, but, you don't really need it now, so,
We'll wait till it makes dramatic sense.
Yeah, let's not kill, a cockroach with a shotgun just yet.
That's right. So, some other big movies coming out in March. We got the new Beauty and the Beast live action, which, I mean, it's a Disney movie, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, Emma Watson's in it.
Ain't nothing wrong with Disney movies.
Yeah, I mean, and their live action ones haven't been bad. Jungle Book was great. From what I hear, was it Cinderella was pretty good. I didn't actually see it.
Oh, you didn't go see Cinderella? That's weird. Yeah.
Is the consensus that since it comes out after Switch, that we just buy the tickets for the lady friends, they go make a day of it while we just drink and play Switch?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm totally down with
that. I'll watch you guys drink.
I'll watch you guys drink too.
As long as we do it in the garage.
Yeah. I was just about to say that.
They'll be loud. We'll be very quiet.
Another big one is Kong Skull Island, which I think looks amazing. I've never been a huge King Kong fan, but this one just looks outstanding.
Honestly, it looks like another movie I would fall asleep in.
Probably,
so
but
it's a movie.
Here's the thing: I loved Godzilla.
I won't fall asleep in Beauty and the Beast.
How is that the one that's going to keep you awake?
Because it's a tale as old as time.
My bad.
The nap that hasn't been had.
I'd like to get into your brain and figure out.
That's a cuddle up movie though. Like you're probably gonna be cuddled. If you fall asleep, okay.
He'll just pick the worst theater to go see it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go to the drive-in and just make
either that
stand.
or Denise will squeal and everything like that. She's like, Matt, no. As soon as she hears, she'll just punch you right in the junk, and it's
exactly what happened. So.
That was fun. Like I could hear it back on Lego Batman movie real quick. There was actually a point. I don't even remember what joke it was, but you hear everyone like do the like the movie chuckle that like everyone laughs and tries to keep it down. I fucking heard Denise cackle. Like I just hear her.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, that was like a 70-year-old smoker or Denise.
Yeah. She always gets made fun of at work for her laugh. Because everyone knows when she's laughing.
Yeah.
The people in the warehouse can figure out when she's laughing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But, what I was going to say about Kong is, real quick, Godzilla, the newest one that came out with Kick-Ass in it.
Yes.
I love that movie. Maybe a lot of people didn't. I thought it was wonderful.
No, I thought the Godzilla reboot was great.
Yeah.
I just think this King Kong movie looks like King Kong directed by Michael Bay.
Yeah, well, exactly. But here's the thing that I'm excited about is that the creatures that Godzilla are fighting are held by this military group. And it's kind of like Umbrella Corporation. Like, their logo is prominent everywhere. At one point in the Kong trailer, the group that's sent there to take care of Kong is working for the exact same company.
Yeah.
So that's the tie-in.
Yeah.
So it's actually building up a franchise, like, of Godzilla versus King Kong. Because after this, we're getting Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm excited for Kong.
I'm super excited for it. I just think it looks cool. You know? Better than the one that they did back in 2000 and... Oh, boy.
And Black.
Yeah.
It was like 2003 or something like that.
And it was like 6.5 hours long or something ridiculous and just so
giant insects.
boring.
Yeah.
I think I ended up taking
the Matthew Broderick one.
No, Jack Black.
Oh, it's the Jack Black. Oh, I thought we were talking
Kong.
King Kong. I thought we were talking Godzilla.
No, the skateboarding raptors was just that didn't happen. That's just no. Kind of rapid fire. A couple other things happening in March. Ghost in the Shell's coming out, which looks cool just because it is so faithful to the anime.
I really hope it does well because that's our door into other animes.
The creator of it, like, a lot of people are like, oh, whitewashing Hollywood, blah blah blah, why couldn't it be, a Japanese actress or whatever? And the creator's like, there was really no, like, gender or any kind of thing for the design of her, we just kind of made her, so as long as it's faithful to the material that they want to pull from, and it, they do what they want to do without, like, oh, this is Ghost in Shell, but it's it's a giant robot fighting Godzilla thing, like, not even, like, close to whatever it is, then they're okay with it, so...
It's not Tom Cruise fighting you, Godzilla thing.
Oh no, they say he's got to go. Go Godzilla. And maybe I'm kind of bearing the lead on this one. But the new Mass Effect game comes out in March.
I don't care about
that. For an EA game, especially Mass Effect, as big as it was, 5 years ago, I haven't heard any type of fanfare, any type of coverage on it. I'm shocked this is coming out in March. Especially for an EA game, because usually you see that shit everywhere. But this
there's parades over it.
Nowhere.
You know what? I'm going to call it now. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and call it flop. I think it's going to be a flop.
I hope so too, just because we had Mass Effect 3, it was an end to it, they had their ending, and then everyone whined about it, and they're like, well... Alright, DLC, here you go. Like, here's a, change to the ending. Like, we wanted the story to end this way, and you guys cried about it, here's your ending. Like...
That's the thing, man. Endings are good or bad based on confidence. Like, you just gotta walk away with your head up. Don't come back and be like, okay, we'll fix it, because that's admitting fault.
Yeah, I think them going back and releasing the DLC was the worst thing they could have done. Yeah. Like, I lost all respect for them because of that.
Yeah.
If you don't like the ending, that's okay. Yeah. You don't have to like every ending. Not every ending has to be a shiny, happy ending.
Yeah.
I mean, the original Resident Evil game, one of my favorite games of all time, changed my life. Had one of the crappiest endings ever. You get in a helicopter, you fly away. You sit there. The end. There's no closure. There's no reveal. It's just the, 30 seconds of crappy full motion video of a helicopter flying away. That was it. Did I call Capcom and cry and be like, I demand a new ending? No. Yeah. I enjoyed the ride I went on, and then I moved on with my life. But, Mass Effect, no, it didn't end the way we wanted it to. We need a new ending. Okay, here's your new ending. Well, we don't like this one either. Well, here's your new ending.
Not trying to poke the bear, but that Resident Evil ending was a lot better than the recent ending that was just all sorts of that and confusing. But that's just me.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a very similar ending.
Yeah.
But at least that ending...
Certain people may or may not have called it.
Yeah, it gives you,
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about movie or game?
They both end virtually the same almost in a certain way. Like, when you look at it, you can't deny it.
That is true.
Yeah. Matt saw it.
Yeah, no, he was there for all of that.
Matt did.
Yeah. Well, so anyways, only other things I think happening in March. There's some basketball stuff going on, but nobody cares about that. the new Sword Art movie comes out.
There
I'm
you
super
go.
excited about. They're actually doing a local showing of it, so I'll be going to that. Yeah, and that's pretty much what we got for the month of March. I get tongue tied there.
The much of March.
The Munch of March.
Much in March.
Much in March. I'll be getting speech lessons at some point in March, so I talk right again.
It's okay, Zelda will teach you to talk.
Zelda will.
What do we got? Wrestling Fastlane?
We got Fastlane on...
Is it that Sunday?
the 5th.
Yeah, I would say the
that's
Sunday
gonna be a
of the
good
Switch.
weekend.
So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's not in March, but we got WrestleMania, April 2nd, so it's
right
real
after
close
it,
to it.
yeah.
So,
Man, that WrestleMania always creeps up on you, dude.
boy, it does. So I imagine we'll probably do an episode just on WrestleMania.
Can you believe
We
it's
sure
been a
will.
year
Yeah.
already?
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, yeah.
We still gotta like talk about our adventures.
You know what? We'll do that on the WrestleMania show. You guys can
Sounds good.
tell us all about your trip.
Have all about our trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing about it. So,
Right on.
but hey, thank you guys for joining us this evening on another exciting issue of Court of Cowls. As always, I'm Chris,
I'm Mike.
I'm August. Matthew.
Cody.
and we moved spaces. That's why we went in a different order, because we're not in the same chairs. So we like to change things up. And go to Impulse Creations to get all of your comics and stuff. There wasn't really a good segue for that, so we're just gonna throw that in at the
Yeah,
end.
we're gonna get back.
Got a fancy new Batman Old Bruce
Oh my
collectible
God.
just recently.
Yeah, dude, just came out today.
A lot cheaper than buying it straight off Amazon because of
Dude, they beat
Impulse.
Amazon's prices by a country mile.
Good Lord. Yeah,
Yeah.
I walked in here to set all that up, and I was just sitting up here in front of God and everybody.
Yeah.
And, oh my God.
Comes with Old Man Bruce, Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond,
Ace.
and Ace the Bat Hound, with batarangs and his cane, and it's gonna get a special place on the shelves because it is a gorgeous looking piece.
Speaking of which, as far as comic books, just real quick, guys, we are going to get back to comic books. I know we say this every single issue. We call them issues and kind of instead of episodes because it's, we're mainly trying to talk a lot about comic books. There's so much going on with the DC Rebirth, and it is freaking good. Like, so the best I can say right now, I mean, we're all basically just, knee deep in whatever is going on in Rebirth, and I'm, a lot of the trades are coming out that
This
are
is
like,
ankle deep?
just the
Ankle deep.
that are like the volume 1s, volume 2s.
Yeah.
An omnibus is either out at this point or is coming out.
Pretty sure it comes out in the next couple weeks.
I have read quite a few things with Rebirth. You cannot go wrong. Go to Impulse Creations and get something that says DC Rebirth on the top of it. You will be impressed.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to go ahead and say that. Like, I don't even care what you pick up. If you want something a little bit longer, do like I do and get the trades. But go to Impulse Creations. They will give you the best deals. And man, we'll get back to that and we'll talk about that much later down the road.
I saw
there's a lot to talk about.
I saw some article thing that was like, top 10 storylines that you want to read through the DC universe. The first page of it, which was like 10 through 5, was all Rebirth stuff. Which is like, yep, that about sums it up. Like,
Rebirth
yeah.
has been killing it. So we will. Next issue, we'll delve deeper into the comic side of it. So we won't talk your ears off right now because we already did that. So. I think, wait, hold on. Wait, where's the
there
gavel?
you go.
Court is adjourned. I got a little gavel now.
Very nice.
Keep the red phone ringing.